In this video, we're going to have a look at the HSL color and black and white panel in the Develop module of Lightroom 4. Now, as always, we're going to start in the Library module and work our way there. For the purposes of this exercise, I'm going to choose this image over here, which you can now see is chosen because of the white border, and we're going to play with some color adjustments on this image. So, I'm going to jump over the Develop module, and then on the right hand side, you've got Basic Tone Curve, and then you've got HSL, color and black and white. Let's open that one. Now by default it'll start on the HSL, which is hue, saturation and luminance. Now just as a reminder, hue refers to the kind of color that you want. For example, green. Do you want a brighter green or a more of a yellowy green? Saturation refers to the amount of that specific color. Think of it as a volume button for your saturation. Luminance then has to do with how bright or dark that chosen color is. So through a combination of those three, hue, saturation and luminance, you can fine-tune the color in your image. As an example, in this image we've got a lot of green, there's some yellow and oranges around the lion's mane. So let's play with the green channel because it'll be the most obvious. Saturation, that's my place where I normally start from. I'm going to go down, you'll see on the side here we've got red, orange, yellow, green, all the way through to magenta. And these color channels you can now manipulate individually. Going to the green channel, I'm going to hold the slider. Remember, as always, to the left is darker and to the right is more brighter. So I'm going to slide this thing all the way down, which means if I get to 0, I've now removed all the green from this image. You'll see there's still a little bit of green around, but that's a mixture then of oranges, yellows and browns as well. Same thing if I take green slider all the way to the other side, I'm turning the volume up, so to speak, on my greens. Obviously not natural, but for purposes of this exercise you can see exactly what's going on. Now, compared to that, let's jump over to hue. I'm going to still play with this green channel. Remember, hue refers to what color green you want. If we drop this down, you can see it goes more of a yellowy, browny type green to the opposite extreme, which gives us, it's almost like a blue that starts creeping in. So you can fine-tune the color, well, the individual color that you want based on the hue slider. Let's look at luminance. This is, remember, how bright the specific color is. Again, using the green channel, darker green, or then on the opposite extreme, you've got a lighter green. So you can play with those, and you can see it only affects each individual channel. Now, I can now work through hue, saturation, and luminance on each of these different color channels by selecting that specific attribute. If I click on color, I get all three of these together, but I can now just choose the color I want to work. Let's stay with the green channel. Clicking on green, you'll see I can do hue, saturation and luminance all from one spot. I can take my saturation all the way up. Hue, we can decide what color green we want. Let's go for a yellowy kind of green. And luminance, how bright or dark that individual color is. You can see there's a huge amount of play that you have with the specific sliders. But obviously you need to look at what your goal is and then take it from there. Now the last thing we can change inside this panel is black and white. So if I click on black and white, it changes my image to black and white immediately. But this is where you have to have a look. Let's just go back to color. You can see we've got green in the background now, and you've got some oranges and yellows on the lines. When you click on black and white, you'll see that your color channel names are still there, and you can now manipulate the area that was originally that color with each slider to change the intensity of the monochrome conversion. Let's look at green again. Remember, have a look one more time. The green is all the way around these lines. You've got the grass all the way around. So if I go to black and white and I manipulate this green channel, it will only change the intensity of the green channel. Now by doing that on each individual channel, for example, let's go orange because you had some oranges on the lines. You can see how you can change the intensity and thereby the contrast of the image to suit your needs. So, anything to do with color, saturation and with black and white, the HSL color and black and white panel is where you need to go.